Okay. All right. Okay, so we'll get started. So another thing, I'm going to try not to use a lot of props, but if you have a couple of blocks or large books, sometimes it can come in handy. And then I like to sit on a blanket or a towel when we are just seated to raise my hips up a little bit. So these are not required props, but you may find them helpful. Okay. All right, so find a comfortable seat and bring your hands to rest over your lower belly, just above the pubic bone. Draw the shoulders back and down and sit up tall. And close your eyes. Let's take a long, slow, deep breath in. Hold the breath in for just a moment and then exhale with the mouth open, exhaling through the mouth. We'll do that twice more. Long, slow, deep breath in. Just suspending the inhale for just a moment and then exhale through the mouth. And one more time. And then just keep your eyes closed and return your breath to a natural state. So I keep kind of asking myself these days, as I'm sure some of you do too, when is this all going to be over? When are things going to get back to normal? And so I have to remind myself that normal is an illusion. It's this image that we create in our head about what things are supposed to be like or look like or how we're supposed to feel. And the problem is when we start expecting things to be different than they actually are, we start to experience disappointment and frustration and suffering. So I think the key to getting through this unusual new life is to learn to accept things the way they are, to stop resisting and instead to learn to just go with the flow. And so I want to introduce the water element into our practice today because water is adaptive like that. Water likes to move. It doesn't like to be stagnant. In fact, if it's stagnant for too long, it gets stale and toxic. And if you think of a river flowing, there could be this big giant boulder in the middle of the river, which to someone in a canoe, for instance, it might be a big obstacle. But the water itself is unaffected. It flows around the rock and over the rock, and it just keeps on moving on. And so I invite you to set an intention for your practice today to connect with that water element in your body, to try to move fluidly, to find that rhythm in your practice that connects you with that sense of water. And so we're going to come into Varuna Mudra, where you bring your pinky finger and thumb to touch, and then just bring your elbows in by your ribs and sit up tall with the hands turned upward, shoulders drawing back and down. So this mudra, this position in the hands, helps to connect us with that water element. And then with the eyes closed, just come back to the breath. Connect with the ebb and flow of the breath. Sense the body pulsing. With your next inhale, gently open your eyes. Maintain this mudra in the hands. But on your next breath in, we're going to reach the arms out wide and up towards the sky. And we're going to cross the wrists. So keeping our hands in Varuna Mudra with the pinky fingers and thumbs touching. From here, we're going to just draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Squeeze the low ribs together. And then breathe in again, reaching up through the crown of the head. On your exhale, we're going to just start to gently twist to the right. And then you're going to take the outside of your left hand to the outside of the right knee. And if you need to lift the knee up a little bit, go ahead. And then we're going to kind of cactus this arm behind you and just turn your chest to center over that right hip as best you can. So shoulders are drawing down, the heart is slightly lifted. We're just going to breathe into the chest here, coming back to that pulsation, that rhythm of the breath. On your next inhale, we're going to come back to center, reach the hands back up, crossing the hands at the wrist again. Grounding through the sits bones, reaching up tall through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, just gently start to twist to your left. And then we're going to bring the back of the right hand to the outside of the left knee. And then cactus the left arm behind you. Bring your chin to center over your sternum. Inhale, finding a slight lift in the heart. As you exhale, the navel draws in. We engage the core. And we maybe find a slightly deeper twist. On your next inhale, we'll come back to center. Bring the arms up overhead, crossing at the wrists again. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to cactus the arms, lift through the heart, gaze up. And on your next exhale, we're just going to give ourselves a big hug. So bring your hands to opposite shoulders and tuck your chin. Keep the spine long. And then just gently roll your head side to side to stretch the neck. And then bringing the chin back towards the chest. Notice which arm is on top because we're going to switch it up here in a minute. We're going to inhale, come back to cactus, come back to your mudra, lifting through the heart. And then exhale, bring the other arm on top for another embrace. Tuck the chin and just gently roll the head side to side. Once again, just stretch through the neck. And then bringing the chin back towards the chest. Inhale again, open the arms wide into a cactus. And then exhale, release the hands down. Okay. If you're on some kind of prop here, you might want to set it aside now. We're going to take the left leg and bring it behind you. So bring the sole of the right foot up against the left knee. Okay. And then we're going to take the left fingertips to the floor, out to the side. Inhale, reach the right arm up. And as you exhale, folding over to the left. So finding the stretch in that right side body. With your next inhale, reach tall. Exhale, we're going to take both hands over to the right. So just bring your hands to the mat just beneath the shoulders. Pause here for a moment. Take a deep breath in. Feel this expansion in the rib cage. And then as you exhale, perhaps lowering down onto the elbows, if that feels right. And then pause here again. Take an expansive breath in. And then as you exhale, crawl your left hand as far away from you as you can. Draw the shoulders away from your ears and continue to work with the breath, creating that space and expansion in the body with the inhale. As you exhale, draw the navel in, maybe walk the left hand even further away. Now keep that right elbow on the floor, but with your next breath in, start to reach your left hand across the sky. And then as you exhale, sweep it across the floor in front of you. Inhale, sweep it across the sky. We'll do that a couple more times. Just bringing some movement and lubrication to the shoulder joint. So this time, as you inhale and sweep that left arm across the sky, we're going to press into the right hand and come all the way back up. Okay, and then we'll switch sides. So take the left leg in front and the right foot behind you, bringing the sole of the left foot to the right knee. Okay. Right fingertips on the floor to your right. And then inhale, sweep the left arm up towards the sky and then reach over to your right. Finding that stretch in the left side body. And then inhale, reaching towards the sky again. As you exhale, bringing both hands to the floor over to your left. Okay, pause here, take a big expansive breath in, and then as you exhale, lower down to your elbows. Pause here, breathe in. And then exhale, try crawling your right hand as far away from you as possible. Draw the shoulders away from your ears. And just work with the breath, breathing into this stretch. Now keep that left elbow on the floor, and as you inhale, start to sweep the right arm up across the sky. As you exhale, sweep the arm across the floor in front of you. Inhale, sweeping it across the sky. We'll do that a few more times, moving with the breath. Opening through the chest as you reach up. And the next time you inhale and reach for the sky, you're going to press into the left hand and come all the way back up. Okay. All right, now we're going to extend both legs out wide, coming into a straddle. And then see if you can find the front of your sits bones, kind of tilting the pelvis forward slightly. Flex the feet and keep the hands on the mat behind you with the shoulders drawing back. So with the hands behind us, it really helps to maintain that length because we're going to start to hinge at the hips and fold forward. And the tendency here a lot of times is to round the back because we can't go very far with the spine straight. So just keep the hands behind you, at least for a few breaths, so that you really keep the heart open and the spine long and just hinge forward. And then if you're pretty flexible and you feel you could go further without rounding the back, you're welcome to bring the hands in front of you and lower down. Take one more big breath in. As you exhale, go ahead and let the back round. Everyone can bring your hands in front and just fold forward here. And then inhale, sit back up. Bring your hands underneath the knees and use the hands to scoop your knees up and bring the feet together and just give yourself a big hug here. And then from here, we're going to make our way onto our hands and knees. So coming into a table, stacking your shoulders over the wrists and stacking your hips over your knees. If you have a blanket or towel and you're on a hard floor, sometimes it's nice to bring a blanket in underneath you. Okay. And I'm going to turn sideways so you guys can see me a little better, but you can just stay facing your screen. So again, shoulders stacked over wrists, fingers spread wide, hips stacked over knees, and if you can, flatten the tops of the feet to the floor. And just take a moment to press into the earth, and then lengthen from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone, draw the navel towards the spine, tuck the chin, arch your body towards the sky. And then inhale, the tailbone lifts. We take our gaze up towards the sky. And then just continue moving with your breath. And remember to connect with that water element. So letting the movement be fluid. With your next inhale, we're going to come back to table with a neutral spine. And then we're going to take the left leg back behind you. Okay? And you're just going to tuck the toes under and press back through the heel to stretch through the calf and the hamstrings in that left leg. Good. Now we're going to drop that left heel. Take your right foot behind you more to use it as a kickstand, and then inhale that left arm towards the sky. So you want your arms to be stacked. You're going to draw the shoulders away from your ears. You want to root through the outer edge of that left foot so that your foot is really glued on the floor. And then you're going to press your tailbone slightly forward. Okay. And then gaze up at your left hand. Maybe reach back behind you a little bit as you inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to twist. We're going to just feed this left arm underneath the body. Follow it with your gaze. And then inhale, reach up and back. Exhale to twist. Keep that left foot grounded. Inhale, reach up and back. And again, exhale to twist. Inhale, reach straight up and hold here. Again, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Engage your core. And then either stay here, or if you feel stable, you could try lifting that left leg. I have the convenience of the wall here to help support me. If you want to take it a step further, you're welcome to bend the lifted leg, maybe reach back to capture the ankle, and then open through the front body as the foot presses away from you. This is optional. This is one of those times when you need to listen to your body and do what's right for you. Okay. Inhale again, releasing back to this kind of supported half moon pose. And then exhale, we'll return to table. Tuck your toes under. We're going to sit back on our heels and just give the wrists a little break here. Let's make some circles with the wrist and reverse the direction. Good. And then we're going to come back to table. We're going to extend the right leg back this time. So tuck the toes under and just press back through the heel. Find that stretch in the calf and the hamstring. And then we're going to drop that right heel. Take the left foot behind you for a kickstand. And then inhale, reach the right arm towards the sky. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, stack the arms, press your tailbone slightly forward, and really ground through the outer edge of that right foot. Now, gaze up at your right hand, take a deep breath in, reach back behind you a little more to open through the heart, and then exhale, draw the navel in, feed the right arm underneath the body, follow it with your gaze, inhale, reach up and back, exhale, twist, inhale, reach up and back. Last time, exhale, navel draws in, we twist. And then inhale, just reach straight up and pause here. So again, ground through the outer edge of that right foot, draw the shoulders away from your ears, navel towards your spine, tailbone presses slightly forward. And then if you want to take it up a notch, maybe you lift that right leg, coming into this half moon on the knee. And then again, if you want to take it a step further, you can bend the lifted leg, capture the ankle, flex the foot, press the front body forward, and that foot behind you presses away from you. And then inhale, extend back to that half moon on the knee. Exhale, return to table. Good. Now bring your hands forward a bit. So take the heel of the hands where the fingertips just were. Spread the fingers a lot. Okay, tuck your toes under. And then we're going to lift the knees, press the hips back, but keep the knees deeply bent for the first few breaths. And just take the hips side to side. Find some movement here. When you're ready, you can start to straighten the legs, coming into your version of a full down dog. Bending the knees as much as you need to. And then with your next breath in, gaze forward. Bend the elbows and knees, and then just walk the feet towards the top of your mat. Finding a forward fold, Uttanasana. So feet hip width apart. Hands to opposite elbow crease. Slight bend in the knees, or you can bend the knees a lot. Tuck your chin. Let the crown of the head just draw heavy towards the floor. And then maybe sway side to side. So again, come back to that water element. Find some fluidity in your movement and your intention. We're folding right at that sacral chakra, Svadhisthana, which is also connected to the water element. So maybe even bringing your awareness there to the low belly, this place of creativity and passion and pleasure. And then release the arms, let the arms be heavy, bend your knees a lot. And then on your inhale, press into the feet and just slowly roll up to standing and reach your arms up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. We'll interlace the fingers here above the head, except for the pointer finger. Okay. Draw the shoulders down, press into the feet. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, we'll fold over to the right for a lateral stretch. Inhale back to center. Exhale, reach over to the other side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release the hands, hinge at the hips, slight bend in the knees as you return to a forward fold. And then we're gonna flow a few times to a half lift. So on your inhale, you're gonna bend the knees a little bit, press into the feet, curl up halfway, hands on the shins, and then lengthen from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Exhale, fold forward. Twice more. So inhale, press into the feet, curl up halfway and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into the feet, curl up halfway, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Good. From here, bend the knees as much as you need to plant the hands on the mat by the feet. And then we're gonna step the right leg back for a lunge. So again, I'm gonna turn sideways, but you can stay facing your screen. Okay. So left knee stacks over the ankle. We're actively pressing back through that right heel. Come onto your fingertips, or if you do have blocks and the floor seems a bit far away, this is a great place to use your blocks or your books or whatever creative prop you can come up with. Okay. Now, drop that back knee. Your choice if you want to untuck the toes or keep the back toes or keep them tucked under. Okay. Now, we're going to press down through that front foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Draw the shoulders down away from your ears. Draw that low belly in. Okay, we're finding a big stretch in that right hip flexor. Now inhale, open your arms, lift through your heart. As you exhale, let the hands sweep across the floor. Inhale, reach up and open again. So finding that fluid flow again here. Exhale, as the hands sweep across the floor, maybe we round back a little. And then inhale, reach up and open. So the lower body doesn't really move. We're just working with the upper body. Let's do that one more time. And then as you exhale, bring the hands back to the mat by the front foot. If the back toes are not already tucked under, go ahead and tuck them under and lift the back knee again. Okay, and then we're going to press into the front foot and straighten the front leg as we fold forward. And again, we're going to flow. So inhale, bend the knee, lift the heart, drop the hips. Exhale, press into the front foot, straighten the front leg and bow forward. One more time. And this time we're going to hold here with the front leg straight. And then we're actually going to step the back foot forward just a little bit so that we can get all of the foot on the floor. So both sets of toes are pointing forward. That back foot might be at a slight angle. Now draw your left hip back, right hip forward, and just fold over that front leg. And then lift all 10 toes. Stay connected to the breath. Good. And then we're going to bend that front knee slightly. We're just going to step the back foot forward. So coming back to our forward fold at the top of the mat with the feet hip width apart. And then just like we did before, we're going to flow 3 times to a half lift. So on your inhale, press into the feet. Curl up halfway and lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into the feet. Curl up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And one more time. Good. Then bend the knees deeply, plant your hands. This time we're going to step the left leg back for a lunge. Minding any walls that are near you. All right, so right knee stacks right over the ankle. Press back through that left heel. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Get really active through the legs. This is the foundation for a lot of our standing poses. So I really like to take some time here in our lunge to get this right so that we feel strong and stable. Good, now drop the back knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Keep the hips lunging forward, but take a moment here to squeeze the low ribs, draw the shoulders down, maybe tuck the tailbone slightly. And then inhale, open your arms wide, lift your heart towards the sky. As you exhale, the hands sweep across the floor, and then inhale, reach up and open again. Exhale, sweep the arms across the floor, slight rounding, and then inhale and open. And again. Good, this time go ahead and bring your hands to the mat. Just frame that front foot. Tuck the back toes under if they're not already. Lift the back knee. So we're back in our lunge. Take a moment here, draw your heart forward slightly. Inhale, and then as you exhale, press into the front foot, straighten the front leg and bow forward. Inhale back to the lunge, dropping the hips, lifting the heart. Exhale to pyramid, straightening that front leg. Inhale to lunge. Exhale, pyramid. This time we're going to hold here. Step that back foot forward 6 inches or so, just to where you could get your foot flat on the floor if possible. Okay, all 10 toes are pointing forward, although the back toes might be at a slight angle. Make sure you're not locking that front knee. Now take a moment here, draw your right hip back, left hip forward, and then just bow forward. Dropping your forehead towards that right shin. And then lift all 10 toes. Find your breath. Good. Inhale. Lifting the heart, bending that front knee slightly and just stepping forward, coming back into that forward fold. On an inhale, we're going to come to a half lift just once this time. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant your hands, step that right leg back again. So we're back in that lunge. Okay. Now, engage your inner thighs. Draw the low belly in, and this time with that back knee lifted, we're going to reach the arms up towards the sky. So similar flow here that we did a moment ago, except this time with that back knee lifted. Now, if this isn't working for you or your body today, you can come back to where we were before with the knee on the ground, okay? It's your choice. Inhale, open your arms, open your heart. Exhale, sweep the arms across the floor and reach forward. Inhale, up and open. So a little more balance involved with this version of the flow. So move slowly, stay connected to your breath. This time on your next inhale, we're going to pause at the top. And then exhale, open to a warrior two. So the hips open, the chest opens. We're trying to find a right angle, if possible, in that front knee. Don't let that knee sickle in. Draw the bent knee towards the pinky towards side of the foot. Ground through the outer edge of the back foot. Stack the shoulders over the hips. Keep the arms a little bit soft and light and fluid. Gaze out over your front fingertips. And we're going to find another flow here. So inhale, keep the front knee bent, reach that left arm up and back. Exhale, left elbow to left knee as the right arm reaches up and over. Inhale to reverse warrior again. Exhale, elbow to knee. Finding that rhythm, that fluid movement. Good. This time on your inhale, as you sweep the left arm up and back, straighten the front leg. So we find ourselves in a reverse triangle. A lot of length in this left side body. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, try to maintain this side body length as you reach forward and come into Trikonasana, triangle. So again, draw the shoulders away from the ears, stack the arms. Root through the big toe mound of the front foot and the outside heel of the back foot. Open through the chest, tuck the tailbone slightly. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, draw the navel in, turn your heart a little more towards the sky. Keep your gaze forward. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to bend that left knee. Take the right hand to the floor as you lift the back heel. And then inhale, sweep the left arm towards the sky for a twist. And then release the left hand to the floor. This time we're going to step back to plank. Feet should be hip width apart, shoulders stacked over the wrists. Think of dropping the hips but lifting through the inner thighs. Drawing the shoulder blades onto the back. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, drop the knees, untuck the toes, draw the hips lower as the shoulders draw back. So we're skipping the chaturanga and just coming into an up dog. As you exhale, start to lift the hips up and back, tuck your toes under, come into downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. If child's pose sounds more appealing to you, you can come to your knees and come into child's pose. Notice if even in your practice you get a little uncomfortable in a situation. Do you get resistive? Do you start to resist what's happening? Or can you be adaptive? Can you accept the sensation as long as it's not pain? Accept the sensation, accept the discomfort, and just flow with it. All right, on your next inhale, gaze forward towards the top of your mat. Again, just get a little buoyant here, bending the elbows and knees. And then we're just gonna walk or step towards the top of the mat, coming into a forward fold. Inhale to a half lift, just once. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step the left leg back. So finding that lunge. Okay. Get really strong and active through the feet. Squeeze the inner thighs together. And on your next inhale, we're gonna draw the low belly in and reach up. Again, you're welcome to take this flow on the knee again. Listen to your body. On your next inhale, open your arms, lift your heart. Exhale, the hands sweep across the floor, reach forward, inhale up. Again, it's a bit of a balance pose. Stay connected to your breath. Move slowly. This time, hold here at the top. And on your next exhale, we're going to drop that back heel and open to warrior two. So again, we're trying to find a right angle in the front knee. Grounding through the outer edge of the back foot. Hips and chest are wide open towards the side of your mat. And then gaze out over your front fingertips. On your next inhale, keep that front knee bent. Reach that right arm up and back for reverse warrior. Exhale, take the right elbow to the knee as the left arm reaches up and over. Extended side angle. Inhale, warrior, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Like you're swimming. Find the power to get through this in this lower belly. The next time you sweep that right arm up and back, straighten the front leg, reverse triangle. And then try to maintain this length in this right side body as you reach forward for Trikonasana. Stacking the arms. Slight tucking of the tailbone. Squeeze those low ribs together. Draw the navel towards your spine. And turn your heart a little more towards the sky. Keep your gaze forward. Make sure you're not locking that front knee. Root through the big toe mound of the front foot and the outside heel of the back foot. Take one more deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to bend the front knee. Take the left hand to the floor as you lift the back heel, and then sweep the right arm towards the sky for a twist. On your next exhale, bring that right hand down. We're going to step the front foot back, coming into plank. Shoulders stack over the wrists, fingers spread wide, feet hip width apart. Squeeze the low ribs together, squeeze the sits bones towards each other. Reach out through the crown of your head. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, drop the knees, untuck the toes. Start to lower the hips as you lift the heart for up dog. Shoulders back, lengthening through that front body. And then when you're ready, tuck the toes under, draw the hips back, and then press back to downward facing dog or child's pose. So again, it's your choice which pose you choose. Listen to your body. Come back to that intention. Staying connected to the energy of water in your body, in your movement, in your breath. On your next inhale, gaze forward. Bend the elbows and knees. Again, find that buoyancy. And then walk or step or float to the top of your mat. Coming into a forward fold. Now this time we're going to press into the feet. Draw navel to spine. And then with a straight spine, we're going to reverse swan dive, coming all the way up with a straight back and reaching towards the sky. And then exhale, hands to heart center. So now we've been doing a lot of balancing already. We're going to do a little bit more. Okay, we're going to come into eagle pose. So if you have a wall and you want to use a wall, feel free to step to that. If you're on carpet, it's going to be a little bit more challenging than what you're used to. Okay, the softer the floor, the harder the balance is, but maybe you'll find that to be a little bit fun. All right, so start with the feet hip width apart. Lift the toes, spread them out wide, and then place them back down. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, we're going to bring left arm under right for eagle arms. Okay, if you can bring the palms to touch, great. If that's uncomfortable or inaccessible, you could bring the hands to the shoulders, okay? And then we're just gonna try to bring the elbows shoulder height, but press the hands away from the face if they're not on your shoulders, okay? And then as you exhale, you're gonna sit back in your chair. So the tailbone draws back. Don't let the knees come in front of the toes, okay? Okay. All right, and then we're gonna bring, when you're ready, we're gonna bring the left leg on top of the right. And you can either use these toes as a kickstand, or you could try wrapping them behind the ankle. And then squeeze everything into midline like you're wringing out a towel, and see if you can sit a little lower. Find a focal point somewhere on the floor in front of you, and reconnect with your breath. Now, moving slowly like you're moving in water on your inhale, we're gonna start to release, unwind, step wide, reach your arms out, and just gently twist it out. Okay, and then coming back to center at the top of your mat. Yeah. So once again, starting with that nice foundation, feet hip width apart, spread out the toes, engage your core, and find your drishti. And then inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, the arms come down. This time we're going to take right arm under left. Wrapping the arms. Again, option to bring the palms to the shoulders. And then if the palms are together, you're going to lift the elbows, shoulder height, and press the hands away from the face. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to sit back in our chair. So again, don't let the knees come forward. You're drawing back like you're coming into a chair. When you're ready, we're going to take the right leg on top of the left. Wrapping the legs. And again, you can use these toes as a kickstand, or you could try wrapping them behind the left ankle. Wherever you are, squeeze everything in. Sit a little lower. Find your breath. And then, like you're moving through water, slowly release and unwind. Step wide and just gently twist it out. Good. All right. Come back to the top of your mat. Hands at heart center. We'll start to make our way back down to the floor. Okay. Deep breath in. Reach out and up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, slight bend in the knees as you fold forward. Inhale once to a half lift. Lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, plant your hands, step back to plank. Shoulders stack over the wrists. Strong pose here. Really engage your core and find length. On your next breath in, lift the tailbone, press up and back to downward facing dog. And then let's all take the knees to the mat. Bring your hips to your heels. Knees wide, hands back by the feet. Rest your forehead on the floor. Let the shoulders just drape off of the knees. Close your eyes and breathe into the back body. On your next inhale, bring your hands to the mat by your knees. Push your torso upright. And then bring the feet out in front of you. And we're gonna just lie back. So lay back, hug your knees into your chest, and just rock a little side to side. Now, bring your hands to rest alongside your body, and let's extend both legs up towards the sky. Okay. Stacking the ankles over the hips, and then press your low back down into the mat as you press up more through the heels. Take a deep breath in here. As you exhale, we're going to slowly lower one leg towards the floor. The whole time trying to keep that low back pressing down. And then inhale, slowly bring it back up. Try not to swing it. Exhale, we're going to start to lower the other leg. Keep pressing out through the heel. Keep pressing your navel towards the floor. Inhale, slowly coming back up. Exhale, the other side. Take it nice and slow. Keep pressing the low back into the mat. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, switching sides. And coming back up. Good. Pause here at the top. Roll your hands underneath your hips for a little extra support. And then this time, keeping a neutral curve in that low back. So we're not going to try to press the low back down this time. Okay, but we're going to slowly lower both legs towards the mat. Nice and slow, with control, stopping an inch above the floor, and then just as slowly coming back up again. Good. And then hug the knees into your chest. So another little core movement here that I kind of refer to as a swimming flow, which is appropriate for a water class. So on your inhale, you're going to reach the arms overhead, straighten out the legs and hover. So the feet and the arms hover, and then exhale, curl in, maybe lifting your head towards your knees. And then inhale, the head comes down. We straighten the arms and legs out long, hovering, and then exhale, curl in. Seems kind of like the breaststroke, I guess. Now the next time you inhale and lengthen out and hover, see if you can hold here for a full breath in and a full breath out. One more inhale and then exhale, curl in. And we're going to do that once more. Inhale, stretch out. This time, see if you can hold for 2 or 3 breaths. Shaking and tremoring is part of the process. So if that's what's happening, you're doing it right. Try not to resist. And when you're ready, hug the knees in, rock side to side. And then bring the knees wide. Capture the feet. We'll come into final happy baby. And then a twist before Shavasana. So take your feet to the mat, knees bent. Extend your arms out in a T. Lift up your hips, scoot them 2 inches to the right. Drop your knees to the left. Maybe drawing the knees in closer to your chest, or you can even wrap the legs if you prefer. Okay. And then just gazing up towards the ceiling. Finding some expansion in the body with each breath in. And just letting go with each breath out. Releasing stagnant energy. You know, when we're sheltering at home, it's so easy to become stagnant. And it's so important that we continue to move. On your next inhale, come back to center. Take your feet to the mat. Take your hips in the other direction, and then twist to the other side. Again, modifying this twist however you like. Opening your chest towards the sky, your gaze is straight up. Close your eyes. Take a long, slow, deep breath in. And as you exhale, let go. On your next inhale, come back to center. Give yourself one more big hug, curling into a little ball, lifting your head up towards your knees. And then inhale, release, and stretch out for Shavasana. So if you need to, cover up with a blanket, or if you have an eye pillow to put over your eyes, do whatever you need to do to get really comfortable here. And then turn your palms up. Roll the shoulder blades underneath the back. Just lay heavy on the floor. Sense the body spreading like water. Connect to the ebb and flow of the breath. Like waves of respiration. Swelling and receding with a rhythmic energy, much like the ocean. Take another long, slow, deep breath in. And then exhale through the mouth. Start to bring your awareness back into the room. Start to introduce small movements back into the body, such as wiggling the fingers and the toes, your hands and your feet. And gently rock your head side to side, open your mouth and wiggle the jaw. And then reach the arms overhead, finding one more long stretch from fingertips to toe tips. And then draw the knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze and then roll to one side in the fetal position. We'll take a few breaths on our side. And then keep your eyes closed and move slowly as you make your way back to seated. And we'll meet here again with our pinky fingers and thumbs touching, this time just resting the back of the hands on the knees. Just taking a few breaths here. And then bring your hands to heart center. I'm going to unmute you all. Feel free to mute yourself again if you want to. But I'd like us to Om together, please. So bring your hands together in front of your heart. And really feel the vibration of this Om in that lower abdomen, that sacral chakra. Okay. So we'll all take a deep breath in together. Thank you all so much for being here this morning and joining in this class and welcoming this new way of doing yoga together. Namaste.
Stay.
And if you haven't already and you'd like to donate to the class, all of the donations will go to the Rishi's Community Yoga Studio to help them out while they're closed through all this. And we have that wonderful place to come back to again. So if you don't know how to PayPal or you want to use the package, you can get in touch with me or Jamie. If you have a Rishi's package and you want to use that, that's an option. And it's totally optional. But I really am enjoying getting to see so many people from, further away that maybe can't as easily come to class in person. So hang in there, we'll get through this. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa.
Enjoy your weekend.
Happy